Guys, Paul Kalmar here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my investment portfolio as of April 20th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. I am not a professional, and please do not take any investment advice from me. Please, this video is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. With that out of the way, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And let's just get into it. But first, let me go grab a cup of coffee. So I use Stockpile for investing, and this app has a couple of advantages and a couple of disadvantages. So an advantage is that it has joint accounts, so I'm able to have an account with my dad, Alex. And another advantage is that you could buy partial stocks. So those are the advantages. A pretty big disadvantage, however, that's pretty annoying, is that they charge $1 per transaction, which most brokerages no longer do this. And that's pretty annoying. So anyways, with that out of the way, let's go into the actual investments. And for the investments, we're going to be looking at the companies starting from greatest investment to smallest investment. And for each company, I'll give some reasoning as to why I invested in them and my reasoning and like how I believe the company is going to do in the future. Alright, so my largest investment is Visa. Oh, my bad. Visa. I have $880 of Visa at $165.44 per share, which comes out to about 5.3 shares. Visa is a credit and debit card maker, and credit cards and debit cards are not going anywhere in the near future. So that's why I invested in them. They're pretty stable, and they have a roughly 30 to 40% growth annually. Of course, if we don't look at the coronavirus crash, which kind of messes up all the statistics. But alright, that's Visa. Next up, we have Tesla, which I own $450 of, right? My stock value, and that's about 0.6 shares. So I bought it at $500 per share when the coronavirus brought it to one of its lowest points in the in the recent history. There we go. Jeez, that was, oh god. But yeah, I bought it at $300 and now it's $450, which is a pretty good rise, about 50% returns. But I believe Tesla's gonna go up further with Elon Musk in charge of that company. I think they're gonna do wonders. Honestly, I think I would only sell at about $8,000. Alright, next up we have Vanguard ETF. This is an ETF of the entire stock market, and it's a really good ETF. It's very stable, very varied, and Vanguard, as you guys may know, is one of the best ETF companies out there. So that's that. Next up we have Illumina with a $118 investment. Illumina is one of the leading companies in CRISPR genetic engineering research. Nice. They are great at genetic engineering, and they are in the future of just everything. Everything is going towards genetic engineering, and I think long term this stock is going to be more profitable than most of the companies I own. In fact, I want to buy more of this company soon. Next up, I have Lowe's. So Lowe's is a hardware and construction store, right? It's a brick and mortar construction store, and this is more stable, more dependent on brick and mortar. This is one of the few brick and mortar companies that I own, and this company, well, right now I'm in the minus because of the coronavirus, but nonetheless, Lowe's they have a good business model, and building materials still will need to be bought at brick and mortar locations despite the movement of everything going online, and as such I hold them in my portfolio. After that, we have AT&T. This is one of the juiciest dividend stocks in the world. They pay an average of 7% dividends annually, which is just honestly phenomenal. They're one of the best dividend companies, and that's the main reason I own them, for dividends. Alright, next up I have Beyond Meat, which is also a disruptive company for the future. They're gonna disrupt the meat industry, which is currently super unsustainable, and I believe that they're gonna have to die out eventually, because meat is just gonna keep getting more and more expensive to create, to grow, because the earth is just not able to sustain so much meat being produced. And that's where I believe companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger are going to take over. And Beyond Meat is doing a great job at it right now, so that's why I invested in them. Next up, we have the SPDR ETF. This is just the US market ETF, DIA, and it's a general, very stable, long-term stock. I don't even own much of it, $46. Next up is GXC ETF. This is the China ETF, basically just how the SPDR is the stock market in the USA. This is the Chinese stock market, and this is a lot more overseas companies, and this is just to help diversify my portfolio. Furthermore, we have the US military ETF, which I bought this, I believe, not long after Trump was elected, and because of his stance, I believe that he would pour a lot of money into the military, which not wrong, not right. He kind of kept it steady, but nonetheless, this is doing well. This is the US military ETF. It's basically companies that supply stuff for the US military. And then we have Alternative Harvest ETF. So when I bought this stock, it was right around the time, I believe, that California legalized marijuana, and it had a huge spike. I believe I invested $50 into this, and it went to $70, but now it's down to $24. Honestly, I do not know why, just that's how it's been trading. But I believe in the long term it's still gonna grow, since this is a pretty new and growing industry. Next up, this is the saddest investment ever. This is just, it brings tears to my eyes. Fossil. I bought this for $50 investment, and my investment is at $8. And that is what happens when you buy a company without doing research. I didn't really do research into Fossil, and I just bought them because, I saw that they were dropping really fast. So I thought, they're a pretty big company. They'll drop, and then they'll go back up. Do not do that. You need to do research into the company. And because I didn't really research them before investing, it brought me to where I am today. But yeah, anyways, that's my stock portfolio, with the main lesson of today's video being always research your stocks before you buy them. Investments in general. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And till next time, bye-bye. Hey guys, just a quick little thing before I go. I just want to give a huge thank you to all of you guys who've been watching my videos and supporting me. It really means a lot, and I'll be continuing to publish content 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so you guys can make sure to stay tuned to see those. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my content and supporting me, and till next time.